welcome back. So I have another do-it-yourself tutorial, and this one is really easy and super cheap. But I made these jewelry travel organizers. So I made one for the rings, for my rings. Here's what it looks like. Here's the back. And then I made an earring holder. Looks like this. So I've got my studded ones on this side and then my long dangly ones on the other side. And yeah, it looks like this. So I got inspired to do this because at my store at Viva Jewelry, we sell these jewelry organizers, these travel ones, that it kind of opens up like this. And it's basically the same thing. It's got a bar where you can kind of take it out and slide your rings in and then clip it back on. And then it's got a little earring stud holder on one side of them. And then it's got a whole bunch of other pockets and such. But I wanted to do this because this one is really easy and cheap, and you can do it at home with just some fabric or whatever that you have laying around the house. So yeah, anyways, if you want to know how to make your own travel jewelry organizers, then keep on watching. Alright, so what you're going to need for this tutorial is I just kind of found random items around my house, and I found this fabric felt that I had, and it looks like this. And then that was the only one that I had. I wish I had another piece, but I had extra fabric from my Halloween costume, so I used a piece of that for my rings, and it just looks like this. And I folded it in half, and yeah, we're gonna do that one later. But first we're going to do the earring holder. So I guess depending on how big you want it, and you would get that size. And of course you can get this at any craft store or dollar store even. But so this is the case that I'm gonna use to put all my jewelry in. So it's about the same size, so I'm just gonna like kind of lay it in there. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm gonna cut it in half so there's two pieces. Like that. So now that we have the two pieces, I'm just gonna double it up, and the reason that I'm doing that is just so it's not as flimsy if there's only one, especially because your earrings will be a little bit heavy. And when we lay them, once you get near the bottom, it's easier just to kind of lift this up so you can poke through one layer and then poke through the other one. Okay, so I'm gonna first start off with my studded earrings. And I just have a couple that I'm going to bring with me. So basically what you do is you line them up like that. Okay, so basically what you have to do is just poke it through one layer like that, and then poke it through the other. And you don't want to press too hard. You want to be very careful, because the reason that I say poke it through one layer and then the other, it's because if you go too hard, you might bend the backing of your earring and then you'll wreck it. So anyways, once that's through, you put your like little backing in there like so. Show you again. So you poke it through one layer and then through the other. Like that. And so you could even, if you want, cut it into smaller pieces, and say have one side for golds, one for silver earrings, or whatever. It's up to you. I'm just gonna keep mine this big. But anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my earrings. Alright, so I got one side done, and I left this side just so I can put my long earrings like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Alright, so here is the earring holder. I didn't bring a lot because I'm only going to be away for a couple of days, but I brought a big variety. So yeah, here is the studded side, and then here are all my long earrings. So this is perfect just to kind of put in a makeup bag or whatever, so it's not all cluttered or, you know, in a big makeup bag or whatever. So yeah. Okay, so now moving on to the ring holder. So basically what I did is I cut a piece of fabric according to the bag that I'm going to put it in. So it's about this wide. And then what I did, I mean, you could use fabric felt as well. But like I said, this is only what I had, so I had to work with what I had at home. So basically what I did is I folded it in half, so there's 2 layers, and then all I did was I started folding, and you don't want to go too thick, and you don't want to go too thin, just enough that your rings fit through. So it looks like that. And if you have glue gun or whatever, I would suggest to glue it just down here, but unfortunately I don't have any right now, so I'm going to stick with this crafts glue tape that I found. So I'm just gonna put that down here and close it shut. Oh, before I do that, you first want to see if it's thick enough for your rings. So you don't want to be too thick that you can't, you know, fit your rings through. You don't want to be too thin that it just falls right through. So you can see I put my ring in there and it just slides in, and it won't fall off for anything. Let's see. So now I am going to glue this side and tape it down. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but I have the glue tape just down the edge there. So all I'm going to do is just close it shut. Like that. So if you want, you could make 2. See, the first one that I made, it was way too thin. You see how flimsy it is? So you want it nice and thick like this. So once you have your little bar or whatever, you can start inserting your rings. Alright, so here is the ring holder, you can see. So yeah, you can make as many as you want depending on how many rings you're going to bring with you when you travel, but I'm just going to bring this much. So yeah, so it's really easy. So here are all of my newly made, very cheap jewelry organizers. So now, with my makeup bag, you can kind of place it however you want. I'm going to place my earrings first, just so they lay flat. Like that. And then I'm going to place my ring holder right on top. So now, if you have any other jewelry, that you're going to bring with you. You can just place them in like so. So it's a little bit more organized. Like that. So I hope that this was really helpful to you guys. It definitely is to me. It's more organized than just kind of shoving everything into a bag when you travel and stuff. Like I said, it's not the greatest, but it's still, you know, it still works in some ways. But anyways, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!